Alright guys, riding shotgun on my first trip up to Alaska. As you may already know if you've watched some of my other videos, I realized when I was going through my phone that I had a bunch of videos for how you load and unload your truck when you're doing slip seating at Walmart, and completely forgot to make it and post it. So I went ahead and did that now while I'm in the passenger seat. I'm going to post that for you, hopefully, if I've got internet right now. And the next video that I'm going to try to do, if I can get time to get a truck and a trailer, is that pre-trip video that I didn't have before. Now, I did break out my GoPro and I found that old pre-trip video on that GoPro, so I'm gonna take a look at that when I get home and see if I can edit that and make it work. If not, I will reshoot it, but I'm hoping to get that done sooner rather than later for you guys. So hopefully this go home, how do you load your truck and slip seating video will help you guys out. So you guys are always asking, what is it like to get in and out of the trucks each week? So I'm gonna kind of give you a quick rundown. I've got my gym bag because I just started Planet Fitness. I go to the gym almost every single day. I've got my dirty clothes in this bag. I've got my clean clothes. I've got my sleep apnea machine. That is a bag of winter coats that just need to go back into the dirty laundry. That's not normally here. Then I've got like my snacks, a change of gym clothes that I haven't put in a bag yet, and like little things that I take with me, maybe like some vitamins and things like that. And then I've got my shower bag down there. And then I do food prep now because of my weight loss and whatnot. So I've got my food and I got my jug of decaf tea. That is all I've got. My bedding and stuff is in my clothes bag here. So basically I've got everything I need for the entire week. When we get to the depot, I will show you how I put everything in my truck. So now that I've arrived at the DC, I'm going to go into the uniform trailer, grab a couple uniforms to take to my truck. I don't know if all uniform trailers are the same, but I know that Seymour has a trailer similar to this, and this is the one in Gas City. So we'll go over here to where my locker is, and right here. They called me Rick. I don't know, but whatever. It works for me. So this is a long sleeve. I want 2 of these right now. So now I forgot, I'm going to go back out to the car. I'm going to grab the dirty clothes. I'm going to drop them down that chute, and our guy comes on Tuesdays and Fridays. Take my clean uniforms, throw them in the front seat of my car, and then I'll drive around to my truck. Show you guys that in a minute. So I parked my car right here next to my truck, and I open up my passenger door because I don't have a Freightliner, and since I don't have a Freightliner, I don't have the storage or cargo whatever doors there, so I use my passenger seat, and I just come over here, and all the stuff that I showed you guys, I grab it and I throw it into the front seat. So we'll grab my sleep apnea machine and my snack bag and my gym bag. We'll grab all that stuff, bring it over here. A lot of people complain, oh my God, there's so much stuff. It's really not that big of a deal. I mean, it takes you, what, 5 or 10 minutes to load your car at home. It takes you 5 or 10 minutes to unload your car here at work. And then that's pretty much it. There's not much more to it than that. So I will grab all this stuff here, my clean clothes, my shower bag. You're not supposed to leave anything in the vehicle, even if it's your own assigned vehicle. You are not supposed to leave anything in the vehicle because you may not come into work for a day, you may have to take an emergency day off, or even just on the 2 days, if you do a 5-2, on the 2 days that you're off, somebody might need to, maybe their truck broke down or they're going to extend for 1 day. Somebody might use your truck for that 1 day that you weren't here. So, all right. So like I said, that's pretty much it. I've got my jug of tea up here, and I'll do that, and I'll show you guys how I put stuff away. Okay, so as I mentioned, my bedding I put here, and then up top is where I'm going to throw everything. So I've got my laundry bag and my gym bag up here in this corner. they don't want you to put anything in the middle. This is just like bags, they don't weigh anything. Anything of, I think, over 5 pounds, you're not allowed to put in the middle, because they don't want, if you had a hard stop, they don't want to come flying off. In here, I've got my uniforms that I just picked up out of the trailer. Down here, we've got the refrigerator, where I have stacked all my foods in there that I'm going to use for the week. My bed, my breathing machine, my case of water that I leave in the front seat so I can get to it, and there's my tea and my waste basket that I'll put a bag in just a minute. So I'm going to show you guys how we do a login real quick. So you're going to see Platform Science. You're going to put in your driver number with a 0 in front of it. I forgot the 0. So, and this is the same for everybody. Just put in 0 and your driver number, and then you hit enter. And then you'll log into InTransit. Okay, so it wants me to certify my logs. It always does this whenever you've been away. Let's just certify stuff. Yeah. I'm trying. Go away. Alright, so the 4th, that's the last day I worked. We're going to check. I had 76 miles on my go-home day. Yep, that's right. I had a Fort Wayne to General Mills and back. Yep, that's all good. And then I've been off from the 5th through the 7th. So I'm just going to hit certify all, because I didn't drive or do anything. It's all off duty. So that's that. And then we go back over here in transit, because it screwed up on that. So then what you're going to do is on InTransit is they're going to give you a user ID. This is the same thing you use to log into your what is it called, the portal, dang it, GTA portal or whatever, the stuff that you guys have been doing all your emailing and notifications and stuff when you got hired on, etc., etc. So I'll come back to this in just a minute. You're going to put DC, you put in your user ID, you hit sign in, it sends you a code. Well, I think I can do that. All right, so let me just a second, because I don't think we're supposed to show this information to anybody, because nobody knows what our usernames and stuff are. So okay, so then you'll get to this screen and it will say enter security code from the app, or you can click the option to receive a text message, or some locations will give you this little Symantec type thing, and you press the button and it will just give you a code, and it's only good for 30 seconds. 757084. All right, so I put in that code. Then it asks for your password, so I'm going to go ahead and put my password in. And they'll give you all this stuff at onboarding or orientation. So then you click sign in, and then you have a bunch of messages to listen to. So I'm going to go ahead and start my day. And then I got messages, and you can see I've got a whole bunch. There's 1 urgent, 3 dispatches, and 5 offices. So the urgent one, that is letting us know that there is an accident nearby. If I was working that day, I would have avoided that. Office, items in the dash. Oh, I guess they're just telling everybody not to have items on the dash while you drive. And I do not do that. I don't. Oh, you know what? Yes, I do. I will normally have my clipboard will normally sit right there as I drive. So I guess I should stop doing that. That's just a reminder that payroll ends this Friday. Enter all your PTO time, etc., etc. Okay, and then sometimes if there's not a lot to do, or if you just have a few hours, what they'll do here at Gas City is we will shuttle trailers from our location down the street to an empty lot. And this is just telling us when we're shuttling trailers to never take a Schneider over there, which I didn't know that, but good to know. All right, so I guess there's a few more. Okay, here we go. Fuel Island is down for 45 minutes. I wasn't here for that, so it doesn't matter. That's Fuel Island back online. That I wasn't here, doesn't matter. Dispatch, let's see. This is Monday, 2210. Monday. That's not today. So the next one was yesterday, That was something that was removed from my workflow. And then now is today at 21:05. I'm going to Warsaw, Plymouth, and then I'm going to Belvedere, Illinois. Woo, baby. Good times. Belvedere's far away. I might be able to get, let's see, 261, 361, 420, 510, 530 miles roughly round trip. You can see 261, 166, 27, and 90. So it's going to be a long night. This is definitely going to be a caffeine kind of night. It's my first night in, and this is a long run. Those are sometimes the hardest because there's no breaks. There's no chance for me to take a nap or anything like that. All right, so on go home day, what I do is I pack all my stuff up. I set it over in the passenger seat. As you can see, that is the mattress that I use. I leave that there because I put it on top of that one because that one's kind of crappy. And then I just kind of clean everything up back there with a disinfectant wipe. What I'll do is I'll come in and clean my floors in a little bit. We're getting ready. That's from my tea. My tea jug was leaking. But I will take all this stuff, put it in my car, and then we'll go over to the vacuum area, the fueling station, and the car wash and prep and clean this truck out and get it ready for the next person. So every Walmart DC I've been to has a vacuum station. So you just vacuum the floors, make them look good, or as best you can. And mine aren't too bad this week, but you can see right here there's a little bit of whiteage, a little bit of stainage. I'm going to show you guys how I clean my floors, because this is a big topic even amongst Walmart drivers, of how to get this vinyl plastic flooring clean when you go to places that have like gravel or road salt, or when you get all kinds of stuff on the floor. I'm going to show you how I clean my floors. So here are the three things that I use to clean my floors. I like to use the multi-purpose cleaner with bleach. I got one of these scrub brushes from the brush aisle, and I have an old hand towel. So what I do, pretty simple, but this cleaner tends to work the best. I just give it get it good and wet. You want to get, a decent amount of wetness on there, because if you don't, the brush doesn't work real good. And then I'll go back and forth, and you'll see where it's dirty, it'll bubble up a little bit. And I go up and down, back and forth, and then one more time, and then quickly I take my towel, because I don't want it to dry, and I'll clean up the wetness. And I've had some drivers say they use Mop and Glow. I have not noticed that Mop and Glow makes a real big difference, because you can see the floor has these little crevices and stuff, this little plasticky whatever, and the Mop and Glow doesn't work real good on this flooring. Now maybe they've got a smoother flooring and it works better, but that doesn't work for me. Now, the other thing I do, and this is kind of a big deal, and Walmart will allow you to use your corporate card to pay for all of your cleaning supplies, all of your, stuff except for the towel. You can use it to get all that. You can also get these from the office, or you can buy these. Now, what I do with these is I wipe down the fridge, the counter, the spot over here by the microwave itself, but I also wipe down my entire dash area. The place that seems to get the dirtiest is always the cup holders. I do a lot of homemade trail mix for protein and calorie reasons, so I get a lot of peanut dust in this area. So I will wipe it down with these disinfectants, and then I also have this microfiber towel. These little microfiber towels are great. See all the dust on there? Boom. These microfiber towels are fantastic for dust and small areas that need to be cleaned, that don't require like scrubbing and stuff like that. So, but that's pretty much it. And then once I'm done with all this, my truck will be left in a pretty good condition. The rule at Walmart is you want to leave it in as good or better condition than you found it. And some guys are very, very, very meticulous about their trucks. I haven't done it yet, but I do have the stuff to work on my rims. There's a lot of guys drive around with like perfectly shiny rims. they just take pride in their ride. No, they don't get paid extra to do that. I mean, I guess they could stay on duty, and if it takes them 45 minutes, they'll make 15 bucks or 20 bucks, whatever, for staying on the clock. But, and it's Walmart functions. You have to clean your truck. So why would you log out if it's going to take you an hour to unpack or pack your car, clean the truck, do your pre-trip, post-trip, fuel. The car wash bay but it is closed. They don't open it unless it gets higher than, I think, 36 degrees for 10 hours. And the weather today, it's supposed to be right at 36 degrees, so they weren't going to open it today. But yeah, you vacuum the truck, you wash the truck, and you fuel and top off all the fluids when you do your post-trip, and then you clean the inside of the truck. The rule is you are not to leave any personal belongings in the truck. Now, since this is my assigned truck, I am allowed to leave the microwave, and that's pretty much it. But I do leave a case of water in a passenger seat. Nobody's ever said anything to me about it. And if a driver was to get in the truck and, you know, for example, say their truck broke down on their go home day, or they wanted to use a truck for an extension day or something like that, they're not going to go bring in a microwave and clothes. They're just going to use the truck for one shift. So I leave a case of water there, not only for myself, but if a driver was to use my truck, they are free to drink the water that is there, because they're not going to be bringing that kind of stuff with them. So have at it. Have a bottle of water. It cost me 12 cents, whatever. No big deal. And I mean, a lot of guys at Walmart, that's the kind of attitude they have. So hopefully this answers all the questions that you guys have had. I've had a lot of people ask me how I go about packing and unpacking and getting in and out of my truck every week. Now, if you were to get into a truck that is not yours, or you're on a 5.2 extra board, like when you first start out, and you're like, what if my truck doesn't have a microwave? A lot of guys will leave a microwave in the back seat of their car, in their trunk, or whatever. When they get to work and they find out what truck they've been assigned, they will go put their clothes and bedding and all that stuff in the truck and look for a microwave. If there's no microwave in the truck, they will throw theirs in there for the week. Most trucks are gonna have a microwave, because guys that are on like a 6.2, 6.3 or 5.2, 5.3 or whatever, those are guys that are working together as teams. So the teams, like when I was on a 6.2, me and the other two guys in that schedule, we got together and I said, hey, I'll put a microwave in this truck. One of you guys put a microwave in that truck. So we did. We left them in there. Even though the third guy was going to be using it too, we didn't care. It saved us time. So we left. So if you get into a thing like that, find out who the other guys on your shift or your crew are, and work out the things amongst the three of you, because they're the only guys that are probably going to have an issue with anything that you do in the truck. And if the three of you are okay with it, then nobody's going to be upset. Nobody's going to go to HR. Nobody's going to get reported. I have heard there are some DCs where guys leave the truck a mess or don't communicate with the other guys and do something that they didn't like. And instead of going to that driver and saying, hey man, could you not do this? You know, they went and talked to HR directly, which I guess is the proper channels. I guess you're not supposed to go directly to the driver, but me as another driver, I would like the respect of, hey, if I did something wrong, come tell me. Don't get somebody else involved. Here at Gas City and Seymour and all that kind of stuff, I've never had that problem. I have heard there are DCs that work that way. You'll just have to find out if that's your DC when you get there. But anyway, hopefully this helped you guys. I'm going to finish cleaning up so I can go home.